Good day, my name is Waqas Subedar and I'm going to be doing the practical video today for my fitness instruction. And my client is just warming up, and once she's ready, we will start with the workout. But just wanted to give a brief overview of what this will be involving. In today's video, I'm going to be showing how to perform an exercise with safety. Along with that, what are the motions of the exercise that need to be performed. I will also be talking regarding the agonist and the antagonist muscles, all as well as what joints are affected and its actions. I'll also be guiding on how to spot your client during the exercises and what are the various adaptations that you can look for in these exercises. The 5 exercises that I'm going to be demonstrating will be the push-up, the squats, the single leg Romanian deadlift, the bent over row, and planks. We're starting off with the push-ups. In the push-ups, the first safety that you have to make sure that you are not injured at your shoulders, your wrist, or your elbows. When you're getting into the push-up position, you lie down onto your stomach and suspend in the air, having your body lifted up. Keep your spine straight and your core engaged. Your hands should be slightly wider than your shoulders, and you should not rest your elbows. Do not lock your elbows. Extend your legs for balance and bring the elbows to a 90 degrees angle. Exhale when contracting your chest muscles and break back up through your hands, returning to the start position. Now, the muscle activations are the anterior deltoids and triceps, which generate the movement of the push-up. They are known as the agonist muscles. The biceps oppose the motion of the tricep and rear deltoids and oppose the motion of the anterior deltoids. Therefore, they are antagonist muscles. The joint movements in the push-up phase include the horizontal adduction at the shoulders, elbow extension, and scapular retraction. Here I am going to be demonstrating on how to do a squat. It is very important to keep note that in squat you do not slouch and you do not relax your back while you are squatting. Strong muscle tension should be maintained at all times and the movement should be fluid and controlled. In order to perform this exercise, you need to be standing straight with your feet about shoulder width apart, toes facing the front. Engage your core and hinge at the hips. Drive your hips back, bend at your knees and ankles, and press your knees slightly open as you sit down into the squat position. Keeping your heels and toes on the ground, your chest and shoulders should be up and back to reach the parallel, meaning your knees should be bent to a 90 degrees angle. Press into your heels, engage your glutes, and straighten your legs until you're in a standing position again. The hip and knee joint flex while the ankle joint dorsal flexes. Your hip and knee joints extend and the ankle joint plantar flexes when standing up. You can spot a barbell squat by standing behind the person, but not too close, and squatting down with them with your hands extended, ready to lift them at their armpits if they are stuck. This exercise works on your gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius, your hip flexors, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your adductors, and your calves. Your hamstrings are going to be the agonist muscle and your quadriceps are the antagonist muscles. I'm now going to demonstrate the single leg Romanian deadlift. This targets the hamstring, gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and minimus core muscles as your abdominals and obliques contract to stabilize your body. The trapezius, forearm, and the mid-lower back, which contracts to control the weight during the movement. It is very important to keep your back straight and your core engaged to protect your lower back during the movement. Get into a standing position, feet close together, place all the weights on the one foot and balance in this position. Engage the core and bring your shoulder blades back and down while keeping your back straight. Set your hips back and begin to bend forward. Keep leaning forward until your back is roughly parallel to the ground. You should feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings. Now reverse the motion as you return to a standing position and squeeze your glutes. Maintain tightness in your core throughout the movement. When spotting your client, you can place your hand on the lower back to help as a cue to keep the lower back arched, not rounded. The agonist muscles are the hamstring. The antagonist muscles would be the external and the internal obliques and your transverse abdominis. The joints movement will be the hip joint, which is the ball and socket joint, hip flexation during the lowering part of the movement, and hip extension during the lifting phase. I'm now going to be demonstrating the bend over rows. This works on the latissimus dorsi and the middle and lower trapeze, the rhomboids and the posterior deltoids. The agonist muscles are the latissimus dorsi, teres major and minor, and the rear deltoids. Antagonist muscles is your pectoral major, your triceps, and your front deltoids. It is very important to keep your core engaged and your back straight to protect your lower back during this movement. To execute this exercise, stand behind the bar with your feet shoulder width apart, bend at the hips while keeping your back straight and knees bent slightly forward at a 45-degree angle, but not more than that. Grasp the bar a little bit wider than the shoulder width, keeping your forearms pronated where your palms are facing your shin. Tighten your glutes and core as you pull the bar towards your abs and holding it there for 1 second while having the tension on your back, shoulder blades together, keeping your back straight. Lower the bar back to the starting position with arms extended and the barbell plates just a little off the ground. To spot your client, it is important to make sure that you cue them correctly before starting, since it is different from the normal movements. Ensure that the core is engaged and the elbows do not flare out during the movement. The primary joint movement in this exercise is the shoulder girdle, which is a ball and socket joint, and the movement of the scapula, which is in your shoulder blades. The next exercise is the plank. This helps to strengthen the core and the abdomen along with your hips, lower back, and assist in improving your body balance. The primary muscles used is the rectus abdominis, obliques, and transverse abdominis. The secondary muscles used are the trapeze, rhomboids, major and minor, latissimus dorsi, pectorals, deltoids, biceps, and triceps. Also utilizes your quadriceps and gluteus muscles. Your agonist muscles are your rectus abdominis and your antagonist muscles is your spine. Planking is an isometric exercise, which means that all the joints may remain stationary. It is important to keep your core intact and back arched to support your lower back while doing this exercise. Start by getting down on the floor with your forearms and elbows. Then get up onto your toes and have a neutral spine and neck. Avoid hunching over and looking up. Keep your pelvis tucked inwards. Hold your position for the desired amount of time or as long as you can to maintain the proper form. When spotting your client, make sure that they do not arch their back. So place your hand on their lower back if necessary to avoid the arch.